Hello to the sign and back. My name is Tokiko Uzuru, also known as Toki, and we have brought the purple hat back. Not by popular demand, just because it was the first hat I grabbed. But in today's video specifically, I will be talking about working with what you have in terms of energy manipulation and workings. Now, recently as in like the past few months, I've been doing a very specific thing when it comes to my witchcraft practice or spiritual practice. And that is, one, trying to tune myself into the vibes of the universe. But two, using whatever vibes I have to best help me in the moment. As I even think about how I'm going to explain that, it seems complicated. Now, the way I see my practice, energy is all around us. It's not only in us, it is around us. It is the spaces that we live in, and when you walk into any particular space, you'll be able to tell the difference between one space and another. It's like you walk into your own home and it has a specific type of vibe that you're used to, but if you walk into someone else's home, it has a completely different vibe that you might not be used to, depending on how often you end up going over to their home. Each vibe, each energy is different, and they can all be used in something. This is the reason why I specified that I don't necessarily think of energies as a positive energy and a negative energy. Mainly just something that's helpful and something that's not helpful. However, if we're going to keep this as concise as possible, I'm just going to have to use the terms negative and positive energy. But for example, any type of negative energy, like if you had an argument in a specific room, you can go ahead and use that type of energy for things like hexes, curses, baneful magic, basically. Stuff that they typically don't tell you to do when you get started, but it's kind of like completely up to you if you want to do that. Typically, what I end up carrying myself is chaotic energy. I am the chaotic goblin. And with said chaotic energy, I can better use that for anything that happens to do with productivity. And last but not least, positive energy could be used for any type of enjoyment thing, like you're trying to have a good time or you're trying to relax. You could also try your best to fill your safe space up with positive vibes. It could also be used to keep you motivated to do stuff. Now, fun thing, we all have the ability to learn how to transform energies in particular spaces from something that's not helping us to something that can help us. However, you do have to go ahead and practice the whole energy manipulation thing. So what are my findings with this? From personal experience, I feel like it is always better to use what is bountiful, and already available to you. This way you can go ahead and keep the costs down because, again, it's already around you, but you'll also be better in tune with the universe's vibes, especially if you're just using the type of energy for that specific day and or a specific part of time. So, example, it is spring. Spring is usually used for renewal stuff. Any projects that you want success out of, it is best to go ahead and start during the spring. At least it is spring in the northern hemisphere. I just had to remind myself of that. Now, for me, I think everything just started to feel like it was supposed to happen. The best way for me to explain what I had to deal with was things started to feel like they were falling into place. And with using whatever energy you have around you in the said space you are in, you won't have to cleanse the energy as much. You'll just be able to use it or transform it to something you can actually use. And at least this is a good thing for me. That is the end of today's video. because the other thing that I had on the list is something that I wanted to do for a separate video. But I guess it is now time for me to do the stereotypical YouTuber outro, where I, as a stereotypical YouTuber, would ask you to do the following. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of whenever I post, as well as putting all of your questions, comments, concerns, or ideas for future videos into the comments section down below. With all that being said, my name is Toki Uzuru, also known as Toki, and this is Toki saying Toki out.